Men have to stop rewarding women for loving in an opportunistic way. So if you Google men love idealistically, women love opportunistically, you can learn what I mean by that. That's this is a new phrase that I think is groundbreaking. I hope red pill men particularly understand that phrase and share that phrase and memorize that phrase. Women, men love women idealistically, women love men opportunistically. That is the probably one of the most important phrases I've ever heard when it comes to red pill terminology. Okay? That is female nature. That's just something that you have to come to terms with. Now, a big problem that I have with a lot of red pill guys is they might preach that, they might say that, but yet they'll still have women around, and probably, I don't know, I'm not in their personal life, but probably still tell these women that they love them. I could never do that. Never, never, never do that. I couldn't spend half my life, because probably by the time we're 13, 14, we are conditioned to understand that, subconsciously, obviously, teachers aren't telling us this, our parents aren't telling us this, but we've probably by the time we're 13, 14, we are indoctrinated into the society that puts men as utility, meaning your only worth is what you can provide. Your only worth is what you can bring to the table, either financially, social status, whatever. Because that's what this matrix is. This whole matrix is men are not viewed as important outside of our skill set, outside of what we can succeed at, our successes. This is how we're viewed as important as men. So by the time we hit 13, 14, we are already subconsciously, psychologically indoctrinated in that idea. And I remember back at this time, I was already dreaming of being this star and being this and being that and being so cool. And this is all part of the indoctrination. No one is telling you you're okay how you are. No one is telling you you're fine just the way you are. People will love you just the way you are. People will accept you just the way you are. No one is telling you that. We have to pick that kind of information up later on in life, after we've gone through many seasons and many peaks and valleys and successes and losses. Of course, that's the normal route. Some guys get lucky and they never figure out that they can be loved just for who they are. They never figure that out because they were always able to, manipulate their personality, manipulate the scenario, their skill set or their looks or their money or their status, whatever, would overcome any obstacle. And these are the kind of guys that, have midlife crises because, one day that's not going to work, or one day that is no longer going to be fulfilling. One day is going to come and you're no longer happy with your success because either your success dries up or you're just you start to see emptiness within success. And then there's a crisis, and then there's either a midlife crisis or there's an existential crisis. Some men have breakdowns, some men do psychedelic drugs and quit everything, some men move to a different country or go on pilgrimages or go on meditation journeys, whatever. But the truth of the matter is, it's a lot more basic than all that existential crap and figuring this out and figuring that out. The truth of the matter is, it's a lot more basic. As men, we are in a society that only views our value as what we can provide, as what we can bring to the table. Okay? That is fundamentally enslaving us. Fundamentally, on a physiological, on a psychological level, that's enslaving us. The truth of the matter is, you're fine just the way you are. Okay, so what's the answer to that? What's the solution? Well, we can also see from age 13, 14, 15, we can see female development. Female development is more subjective. It's more like, I'm special because I'm a female. I'm special because I'm breathing. I'm special because that's who I am. So what you see is, you see women realizing that men want them just for them. And you'll see a smirk on their face, because that's what that is. That's how you recognize that. There's a smirk on their face. There's a patented smirk that is only indicative of that women know that men want them just for who they are. Just for who they are. Just simply for existing, just simply for breathing. And they like it because they know deep down they can manipulate that. There's power there, and that's what that smirk is. And it's an evil smirk. Now, granted, not every woman has it. Not every woman is attractive. The more attractive the woman is, the more she's going to have that smirk. And many guys out there know what I'm talking about. You've seen that smirk, that I'm the shit, and it's a confidence, because they know they will always have a key to men. Always. Because when you're good looking and you're female, you have a key. You just do. Okay? So that's the difference. The difference is that women are appreciated for who they are, what they are, particularly because men oftentimes we're visual, and this is our biology, and it screws us. This is why men are getting screwed in divorce court. This is why men are getting their hearts broken. This is why men are getting cheated on. This is why men a lot of the crappy things that are happening to men is because we have this biology that says, oh, there's a pretty girl, I want to fall in love with her just because she's pretty. And that's why women don't have to bring anything to the table, because that's all we require of them. And they skate through life on that wave until they hit the wall, and they know the wall is coming. So they're okay. I'm gonna, I gotta, I can play around in my 20s, but once I hit, late 20s, 30, I gotta buckle down and find the man. This is why that road is so paved, because that's what biology allows them to do. They play around in their 20s. By the time they hit 30, bing, bang, boom, they gotta shack up, because they're gonna lose their looks soon. Their eggs are dropping. They need to find a good provider. And that's all men are at that point of their life. But that doesn't mean that they don't settle for a good provider when they're 25 or 20 even. I've seen it happen. Granted, a lot of divorces happen when it's younger. It's just nature. But then you have the whole argument of nature versus nurture, right? Nature versus nurture. That's female nature. But what would be nurture? Well, when there's an environment that is clashing with that nature, the nature can change. It can adapt. Or, I wouldn't say or, but what is an environment? An environment is either something's not working, so men aren't responding to you any longer just because of your bio, just because of your physical, good looks. If men aren't responding to you anymore, that would be an environment that causes you to change. Or you get teaching. Your parents teach you better. No, you're not just going to go use sex to get a man. No, you're not just going to go sleep around. You have values. We're instilling values in you. You need to learn how to love a man. You need to learn how to pick a quality man, not just for his money, not just for a good job. Pick a man that you love the qualities. Now, I don't know. This is something that's not been tested a lot, but I think it can matter. If you raise somebody to look for better inner qualities in a man, not just a good job, etc., then things might change. But I think what would change more so is if men stopped this only chasing hot women and only believing that women will love them for them, and no, prove her, or just walk away, stop. And there's always going to be that argument, oh, I want babies, and I'll talk about that in my